Welcome back to Birmingham, Alabama, UConn, and South Carolina. Saturday in the PapaJohns.com Bowl. Kevin Nathan back with Sean Mulcahy. Jody will be taking over the reins in about 10 minutes. And, Sean, with all due respect, I mean, in your time at UConn, you were the best interview, with all due respect to the Finchers and Orlovskis of the world. But then along came Rob Lunn, and I'm hearing so much about this great comedy night for the Huskies Wednesday. Were you performing, Rob?
I was not, and I will go out on a limb here and say it is not a complete night unless you have a Mulcahy-Lunn duo out there.
Well, Randy Edsel purposely kept you guys apart and spaced it out. He knew he couldn't handle both of you guys in the defensive line at the same time.
That's right. Actually, when I came on a recruiting visit, Sean was back, and he won't tell you this, but after that night, that's the reason I ended up coming to UConn.
Wow.
That's right. I said, if I could be that good looking after 4 years here.
Hey, all you have to do is look better than Hank Hughes, and then you got it made. That's all you got to do.
Throw your D-line coach under the bus. Well, I mean, the fact is you can write about that recruiting visit. We can read about it at Nesson.com or GQ.com where you blog. I mean, is he good looking enough to work for GQ?
Yeah, I'd say so. I'll give it to him.
Yeah, well, he writes. He's not about the pictures, I guess.
Full head of hair is not a necessity. Right, that's not a prerequisite for that.
We have a free-for-all planned because we have two co-captains who said they would only come on if they could do it with Lunn. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to have Mulcahy host. We'll have Lunn, Lutrus, and McLean, and pray that the FCC's not listening.
Wow, this ought to be good.
Betsy, go ahead and why don't you grab Heckle and Jekyll here.
Well, let me ask you this. Hank's obviously a great father figure. Before we get a little crazy here, what has he kind of done to help you with your career? Even though you're still kind of in football but not playing, what's he kind of done? To help you with that?
Coach Hughes, as much as he has a roundabout way of getting to the point on everything, he has been a resource for me in terms of whether it was I actually called him. I was, Coach, I'm thinking about investing in a house. I know you used to own property. And he took 2 hours out of his day to explain to me what it was like to rent.
2 hours.
And after that, needless to say, I didn't end up buying a house and renting it out to college students.
Nice.
But he's been great. Anytime I have a question, he texts me right back, and we shared a lot of time together in that D-line room. So it's the least he can do after I gave him 4 years.
We're talking with Rob Lunn here about Coach Hughes, and Scott Lutrus just joined us. Scott, why don't you talk a little bit about your defensive coordinator? We'll stick with the coaches. Coach Hughes.
I'm not on the payroll anymore, Scott. So
it's good to see you, by the way.
Just show my face every now and then.
So Coach Hughes, no worries. How's he kind of helped you guys in the program and the team, and especially the defense?
Coach Hughes is a great coach, but he's also a great piece of comic relief, I would say.
As much as this guy?
It's a different brand of humor.
It's both.
His is what we call unintentional.
Yeah.
Scott.
Very dry.
Right.
Have you taken any jokes from him?
There's this one about Adam and Eve, but
we'll leave it at that.
We'll leave it at that.
Okay.
No, Coach. Coach is always getting after you. That's the part of him that makes you a better player. You're always working, making sure you're always running to the ball, doing the little things right.
Absolutely.
He's always yelling at us. But,
he's strict on fundamentals.
On
and off the field.
What it comes down to.
He's got that deep growl. Do you guys have any good stories about him in practice?
That's all Rob. He knows him best.
Oh, God. Well, right. No, my favorite Coach Hughes story is we were watching film, and apparently I wasn't playing up to my limited ability. And he not only did he remind me of that, he just looked at me and said, Lunn, you ever feel like you're stealing? What do you mean, Coach? I feel like you ever feel like we're just giving you $120,000 and you're giving us absolutely nothing back? He's like, if it were up to me, I would take this scholarship away right now. And then 3 years later, he still had to deal with me. So you ever feel like you're stealing from the program is the go-to. Thank you story.
That is Coach Hughes in a nutshell.
Yeah.
Scott, what do you take from guys like Rob, who just recently left the program and still have a little influence on the team and give you little insiders? What do you kind of take from that?
I read his blog often, and that's about as far as I get with taking, criticism or
well, Scott doesn't take my phone calls anymore. He's actually big time with me. He's on the phone with agents, and I can barely get through.
See, now you're going to get in trouble around here.
No agents around
here.
The
NCAA isn't listening, are they?
Rob's phone calls really aren't of any importance these days. It's usually
I bring absolutely nothing to the table.
On a Friday evening, hey, can I get tickets for tomorrow's game? Or, can I crash on your couch? That's the reason why I don't
What Scott doesn't understand is he lives a life where he's still held accountable for his actions. And I live in a world of anonymity, obscurity, and there's absolutely zero consequences for what I do. I hope you know that. That's the beauty about being in the real world, Scott. You know, it's not like playing linebacker. You can hide.
I don't know if we're going to get the mic out of these two guys' hands. We also got Reggie here.
Yeah, Reggie.
Oh, here, pass it over.
I'm here. Two mics is good.
Reggie, how you doing? How do you feel about this whole bowl situation in Alabama? You having a good time? You enjoying yourself?
Having a great time. I mean, the bowling alley was fun. It's still right there, too. It was fun. Everything's been good. The activities they've given us while we're here, it's been a good time.
Great. How the coach has been treating you with practice? They've been keeping your body fresh, doing anything special?
They've been keeping our body fresh. It's pretty fresh.
Pretty fresh.
We can't be too fresh, but we still have to get our practice in. But
kind of a long season, huh, Reg?
Yeah, it's been a real.
I mean, went to January 4th last year, and then again going to be into January this year.
Long season, but
started again.
I think the extra practices is pretty good. So, is that good? Fair.
No, he can go an extra minute. Let him go. We clear it.
So we're going to go an extra minute.
Okay.
Joe D has made the executive call, right? We're going to take an extra minute here.
I like it.
And I got to give you guys a little ammo as we part
Here we go.
for Lutrus.
Oh.
My 9-year-old daughter, all she wanted for Christmas, I kid you not, was a Scott Lutrus shirt, jersey. That's it.
Because obviously, and the joke of the story, she said, well, I could hit like him.
How do you feel now, Scott?
Honored. And,
How will you play tomorrow?
I guess hope
Like
I
a
hit better than
9-year-old
a 9-year-old
girl.
But we'll find out.
Fantastic. Any good parting words and any advice for the Gamecocks tomorrow?
Advice. I don't know. I know we're ready to play. You know, we've been down here, and this whole season we've had about 4 weeks off since our last game. I've had a lot of hard practices, trying to get better each day that we're out there, and we're ready to play and get this win.
You know, Scott can't say it, but I can, and that's that giving Todd Orlando 4 weeks to prepare for any opponent is almost not fair. And he is a football savant. He can operate in absolutely no other circumstances outside of the gridiron, and he's going to be the most well-prepared coach out there tomorrow.
Well, I'll tell you what, guys. Thanks for your time. It sounds like you're ready. Rob, it sounds like your career is off and looking good. Reggie, good luck tomorrow. Scott, good luck tomorrow. And I think we're going to give it to the news over at Bill Pierce. Is that it?
He's a pro. He is a pro.
Sign him up. Put him on the payroll.
That's going to do it. Joe D's taking over for the last hour of the Coach's Show here from the Winfrey Hotel in Birmingham, Alabama. UConn, South Carolina, Saturday, PapaJohns.com. Both thanks to Rob Lunn, Reggie McClain, Scott Lutrus. We're back after this.